Wow. All these speeches. Hard acts to follow. Well, it doesn't get any better than this. Jeff, are you still here? I've had the benefit of listening to Jeff. He spoke at one of our coaches' gatherings, and after hearing him speak today, if he coaches as well as he speaks, rowing is in great hands. "44 years. It has been a great journey. Some of the past memories were starting to fade away until one beautiful Manitoba evening, an impromptu invitation for a little pizza and wine by the Red River. It brought it all back. I can't express the feeling or the emotions at the time when I was very subtly presented with the news of induction, along with a fine booklet with all the endorsements and the pictures that were presented to the nomination committee. My heartiest thanks go to Marilyn Redekop, Margaret Bumford, Mo Tipples, and their committee for doing the most diligent work on my behalf. Thanks also to all the people who contributed their support for the nomination. I feel honored that Dennis Nord and his nomination committee found me worthy of this induction. I accept this induction with pride and joy on behalf of my family and my friends and my champions. Thank you. One doesn't get here all on their own. I certainly did not. It all started I'm going to back up a bit. It all starts with my parents, who gave my brother, Pal, and his wife who are here, my sister and her husband who are here from Toronto, every opportunity to make a better life. They sacrifice their own comfort and security by letting us all come to the promised land here. It only became possible because my uncle, late Damon Chawla, and his wife Suraj. I'm so proud and happy to have her among us today from Montreal. They paved the way for the rest of the family to come here. Since 1959, as mentioned before, Damon, my brother, now myself, and along with my son Sean, we've been there, and we've enjoyed every part of that. Speech is not that long, but I'm just a slow reader. Many times I'm asked, what made me come to Winnipeg and what made me stay here? Answers are always easy. Met my wonderful wife, an Icelander from Riverton. And all the friendship and relationship, all that came from the wonderful world of racket sports right here in Winnipeg. I'll never forget how warm and uplifting was the welcome upon my arrival here in Winnipeg. I guess it was good enough for me to ignore the temperature outside was 50 degrees colder than where I just came from. The support I received from the members and management made it very easy for a 20-year-old kid who was at a job for which he had no training and had never worked a day in his life before. I've been lucky enough to have had the tutelage from some of the most successful coaches in racket sports. First, there was a crash course on coaching from Uncle Damon, guidance from the late Herb Richard, and then 7-year mentorship from my brother Pal. One of the most important things I learned was that as a club coach, we had to learn not just to be a coach, but be a true professional. I guess that's why there's a little title for us, head or assistant club professional. Being a professional at a club was never my first choice. As the time went on, I found a lot of comfort and enjoyment in working with athletes and others who wanted to learn racket sports for enjoyment or exercise. Just a few days ago, I did an over-the-phone interview with CGOB. And one of the questions asked was, what is that I found rewarding in this profession? Well, I don't think I have enough time now or had then to tell all the reasons, but let's just think of a few. Seeing a smile on a kid's face, doesn't matter how old, when they make their first contact with a shuttle or a ball, and the joy you see in them progressing. Getting an adult to enjoy the sport they may have played a little or not at all before. Seeing athletes improving and making progress in ranks. Sharing and enjoying the thrills of victory, joys of podium finishes, representing their province or country. To be there to lend a shoulder for solace after a heartbreaking loss. A little comment from a participant about an event well run. To read or hear an acknowledgement by the media of an athletic accomplishment or running of a successful event. To see a player coming off the court all sweaty and tired, so they've had a good workout and burned some calories. And to work and enjoy the company of so many different people. For me, being a professional coach was more than coaching. I found it much gratification knowing that many of my athletes not only have continued to enjoy playing the sports of their choice, but also are very much involved in coaching and organizing. As I said before, one doesn't manage to get there or get here alone. The backbone of such success is the volunteers that support your goals, the athletes who believe in you, and the family that is willing to join you in this venture. I've had the luxury of receiving the utmost support and cooperation on each front. I've been blessed with the highest quality of athletes, many of whom in attendance today, who have been willing to work hard, make sacrifice, and put up with my nagging. I've had the benefit of endless number of volunteers who led the way in chairing national, provincial, and club committees. Then the volunteers who ran leagues and do all the grunt work in running special events. The volunteers who spent hours feeding drills or making time to provide much-needed competition for the athletes. Without them, I wouldn't be here. I've had the support of my family every step of the way. So much so that we sold a brand new house we built, lived there for 8 months, and moved because we could be 3 doors away from the canoe club. I met my wife through badminton, and ever since she's been there supporting the cause, becoming my first provincial champion, and eventually a national champion. Our children, Sean and Tara, Thanks for escaping from the wedding to be here today, Tara. Also jumped on the bandwagon and excelled not only on court, but also have been involved in coaching and organizing events. To go along with all of the above, I've always enjoyed the encouragement and support of the provincial sports organizations and all the management. Without their support and help, it would be very hard to accomplish any goals that we have achieved so far. My congratulations to all the inductees. It is a fine company to be joining the infamous Hall of Fame. And so happy that I'll be joining some of my friends who have preceded me. Most of the time, one would say at this point, we had no regrets, but I feel I have one. I felt that I never said thank you enough. There were many people who were responsible for some of the accomplishments, some of the people that I got the credit for. But it was their efforts, their contributions that led me here, or led me to some of the goals that our athletes achieved or tournaments achieved. And therefore, I'm going to take this one chance to thank you all for what you have done for me and with me. And it has been very great to travel with you, and literally great to have traveled with you in reality. Thanks for all of you who are in attendance today, and also for those who could not be here, but they were always there for me. Thank you again.